Recording, I'm trying to keep it as still as possible. I know it would make those clicks before, but it is 1:50 a.m. Eastern time, and I want to do my post-fight review of Mayweather versus Mcgregor. So here we go. I would say off top, the first thing on my mind is that Floyd Mayweather will never get the credit he deserves because he did what he said he was going to do. He didn't move backwards. He moved forward the entire fight. He put the pressure on. I said on many people's YouTube videos and posts and friends that I talked to, I said that Floyd Mayweather is going to come forward. He's going to come forward because he said he's going to come forward. And when he said he was going to come forward in the past, he does. Sugar Shane Mosley fight. Shane rocked him twice, but that was the first fight that Floyd said, I'm going to come forward. I'm not going to take a step back. And if you go back and look at that fight, he didn't take a step back. But I think that people try to put cliches on people. As I said before, Floyd is a runner. He don't know how to fight on the inside. And on my first review of this fight, I said, my prediction of this fight, I said that people don't understand Floyd can fight on the inside. Whenever Floyd got glove to glove, close to close on McGregor and McGregor didn't hold, he popped them cleanly. This is a whole world Conor isn't in for. And it was crazy to see how many people got this shit wrong. Like mixed martial arts people will be like, in mixed martial arts, when we hold you, when we clinch, we're trying to pull you down. I'm thinking, you can't take anybody down, so how's that going to help you? It's not going to help you in boxing. It's not going to help Conor, so it's not going to mean anything. I'm sorry, my arm getting tired. But, so, to me, as someone who loves mixed martial arts and someone who loves boxing, the best outcome happened tonight. As someone who isn't biased, the best outcome happened tonight. If Floyd would have dusted him off easily, McGregor's career would have been severely hurt. He has to go against mean-ass wrestlers like Khabib or pressure fighters who never get tired like Ferguson. Or the best case scenario for McGregor would be Lee because they're both marketing machines. But he would have not been able to take over all the fame that came from this mega event. In order to take the fame, all Conor needed was one of two things. He needed to win one round, or he needed to hit Floyd with a nice shot that will be caught in slow motion. Conor achieved both. He won more than one round, and he hit Floyd with an uppercut, I think in the second. And he hit Floyd with another shot. When you watch the slow motion, Floyd's head pops way back and like he stumbled a little bit. So I'm fairly certain the UFC put in their contract that they get to use footage from this in their UFC fights, just as they use footage of the UFC to build this fight. So he gets to use that. He won some rounds. I didn't think Conor would win any rounds. And I still hold that Conor would not win any rounds against Floyd Mayweather if Floyd Mayweather fought in his traditional way of countering movement. I don't think that McGregor stood a chance. But Floyd's ego, Floyd said, I want to give you guys a fight. I'm a pressure forward. This isn't the way he fights. But he still knew he had the advantage because he's a boxer. My mom don't know shit about mixed martial arts or nothing. But my mom's upstairs. She watched the fight with us tonight. My mom saw arm punches. She didn't know the name of them. She just was like, when he hits Mayweather, it's so soft. And that showed my mom he throwing like this. Like you can't knock somebody out. But when you look at the slow motion of Mayweather, his whole side, his whole boom, everything came on the Mayweather punch. And that's just from coming from boxing. Also, what I want to know in this fight is that Conor McGregor could have got so many points taken away. It was really bad. The only embarrassing part of the night was the blatant fouls. And I didn't say this earlier, so I want to put this in my post-fight analysis review of how ashamed I am of the mixed martial arts community. This is coming from someone in the mixed martial arts community that actually writes in the mixed martial arts community. I have been ashamed this past month. I've been ashamed of Joe Rogan going on podcast saying, wouldn't it be nice if Conor kicked Floyd? Or if he threw what if he threw an elbow? Ooh. And I'm ashamed of everybody following this trend. And I'm ashamed of every person, every sports analysis saying, what if Conor sweeps him? What if he throws a knee? That's embarrassing as someone who loves mixed martial arts, because I know that Joe Rogan, I know that Brendan Schwab, I know none of them would be saying this if they were watching a mixed martial arts fight and say, ooh, what if he throws a fucking flying knee while both of his hands are on the ground? Ooh, what if he just keeps elbowing the back of his skull until it comes out? When it comes to illegal hits in mixed martial arts, they're all like, you're a cheater. But they're publicly calling for someone to break a rule in boxing after signing a contract for the rules of boxing. And I didn't like that at all. Like, I thought that shit was very tacky. It was the most tackiest thing I've seen this month, besides people saying, oh, well, Conor McGregor can beat Floyd in a real fight. I've never heard that in my life. I don't know where this come in at. Who gives a fuck about real life or who wins? It's not a macho contest. This is a contest within the rules they asked for, boxing. If it was in MMA, when Randy Couture quickly took down James Toney, people didn't go, well, if it was in boxing, James Toney would knock him out. No, it's just, this is what you asked for. And what you're kind of doing is you're taking credit away from Conor McGregor when you say shit like that, because he's stepping into the boxing world. He should get, he should get praise for that. And to me, again, as someone who likes it both, the perfect thing took place tonight, because Conor McGregor won rounds. That's awesome. He gets to take that back, and he's staying in. Floyd is gone. Floyd got his 50-0. I wanted Floyd to win. It had nothing to do with Floyd. I wanted Floyd to win because of my love for mixed martial arts and my love of boxing. If I watch any boxer go into mixed martial arts, I want the mixed martial artist to win. Because if the boxer beats the mixed martial artist in mixed martial arts, it kind of taints the sport that I want to see thrive and see people gravitate towards and watch. If Conor McGregor beats Floyd Mayweather, it taints boxing and pulls more people away. And I like both combative sports even. So I wanted Floyd to win. That's 80% of why I wanted him to win. But I never lie to you all. There's another 20%. I wanted Floyd to win. It kind of sucks when I think Conor McGregor, cool dude. I have no reason to dislike him. I think Conor McGregor is awesome because he's the same flashy motherfucker that Floyd is. The problem is some of his racist fans. And when Brendan Schwab, the guy from mixed martial arts with his own podcast, The Fighter and the Kid, when he comes out and says the boxing fans have been cool, it's the mixed martial arts fans I'm embarrassed about that's going about this way. I've never seen so many niggers and monkeys and all kind of crazy shit. It's so bad that racist people online would see Conor go like, I think the great ape is a grape. I got it tattooed on my chest. I think Floyd's a fucking rat. They don't agree with McGregor. They're just happy he got himself out of trouble so they can cheer for him, and then they themselves can go be racist. Again, this isn't everybody, because Conor got some real good fans. I got a lot of friends in mixed martial arts who wanted Conor to win, and they nowhere near racist. But I'm just saying, like, the loud vocal, if I take the screen from being black and I go into YouTube right now live, just the amount of racism, that further made it easy to want Conor to lose. And it sucks because Conor's a good dude. And I hope Conor takes away from tonight. I hope he takes away. I hope Dana White learns. You cannot dick ride one guy. You got to build that opponent. Everybody told Floyd Mayweather, you're not a draw. People only come to watch the guy you're fighting. But that's not true. If that was true, Hatton's biggest gate wouldn't be against Mayweather. It'd be against somebody else. The crowd will follow Hatton after the Mayweather fight. They don't. They stay with Mayweather. The crowd will follow Oscar after the fight. They don't. They stay with Mayweather. The crowd will follow Canelo. No, his pay-per-view sucked after his Mayweather fight. Mayweather kept it. The top 3 draws in combative sports gates are Floyd probably versus Conor, Floyd versus McGregor. Versus Pacquiao, Floyd versus Canelo, Floyd versus Oscar De La Hoya. The common denominator is Floyd, but you have to build those opponents. Now, this is going to sound weird. Probably best for the UFC would be if Ferguson won. Because I think Conor can beat him easier because Conor is such awesome at precision punching against this guy who always gets hits. Now, the bad part about that fight would be the cardio. If Conor gonna have that cardio, Conor has an issue with cardio, and it's a natural issue that is gonna be very hard to try to solve because Conor McGregor lived, breathed training for Mayweather. He trained every fucking day and he still got tired. He trained every fucking day for that DS2 fight. He lost the first fight. He still got tired. So I'm like, what the fuck? It's something scientific or some shit going on. Like, he's going to have to worry about that. But to end this video going back into details about the fight, you know, Conor McGregor switched stance one time. Mid-switch stance doing something crazy. Floyd caught him. Boom. And I have been wanting to say for the longest, the biggest thing that none of you guys thought about. You guys said that Conor would be different. And because he's so different, Mayweather hasn't seen these looks. So that's why Conor's going to win. You forgot that different can make you better, but different can make you a billion times worse. Prince Nassim Hamed against Marco Antonio Barrera, he was different. You get a traditional guy that knows this shit, he destroys different. What you guys really forgot, you think that boxing is, they teach boxing people to stand in the stands. They teach boxing people a certain way. So Floyd Mayweather used to fight in this traditional shit that they teach boxing. What about the new shit? It's not new shit. When people first laced up gloves, when people first started fighting, they came in all different ways. Some people came in karate stances. Some people just rushed straight forward. Some people thought cerebral and stayed back. All of these different styles. And what you gathered from all of this at the beginning, it started honing itself down to taking only the essentials, only what's best. What's best? You want to stop a left-handed person? Throw the right to the body. This is working throughout all the crazy stances. So over time of taking the best way possible to do this information, you develop these boxing stances that you guys are talking about. So you're gathering the cream of the crop, the Philly shell style, the high right guard. These are the cream of the crop ways if you're only using the rules of punching somebody. And that's why during round 8 or 9, when Conor tried to switch stance on Floyd and do his crazy footwork, Floyd caught him. Boom. I'm trying to show people. This is the best case scenario. Conor fans are drunk and salty right now. And if anybody said that the fight would stop early, you must understand how the rules of mixed martial arts and boxing work. The referee in the ring is a government employee. He works for the government. He works for the Nevada Athletic Commission. His job is to keep a fighter from harm's way when they cannot intelligently defend themselves. Mayweather went to town on McGregor in round 9. Round 10 starts, Mayweather goes and does the same thing. He hitting him with clean shots. He's walking him back. Conor McGregor is wobbly. He's tired. He's going on the rope. And my thing to McGregor fans who saying this is the early stoppage is that, like, dude, like, do you really want this to go forward? What the fuck you think was going to happen? Like, do you really want that extra little thing that he's just going to blindly throw a punch and he's going to knock Floyd out cold? You really want this to go forward? He was not intelligently defending himself. Therefore, the fight should have been stopped. Great all around. Hope I haven't missed anything. I may make another video later on, but this is just my initial thoughts right after the fight. Yeah, that's it. I'm about to go in my comment section and talk shit to all these crazy delusional people. Stop betting with your heart and start thinking with your mind. That's the advantage I have of loving mixed martial arts and boxing. And I'm about to go right back to writing for mixed martial arts. And oh, and if I wasn't clear, if you're confused, I gotta say this. The reason, if I say Kevin Lee will be a bigger draw, but the reason I would want him, McGregor, to fight Ferguson, is because I think the Kevin Lee fight is too soon. I think that Dana White and all of them can build this up. That mouthpiece Kevin Lee got with Conor McGregor's mouthpiece, this could be is the biggest shit ever. But Conor McGregor and fucking Dana White in the UFC, you got to put that much stock into building opponents. If you don't build opponents, you will never make the gates that Mayweather made. It wasn't just Mayweather, it was Mayweather and his opponents. You got to start bigging some of these guys up. It can't just be Conor. It was never just Mayweather. It was always Mayweather and some big ass guy. But y'all hold it down, man. Hold it down.